Angeles Chargers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
Darius Phillips on the return. The Rovers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play action now. Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. It's so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Now a carry for the first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So this game of our, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that, because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but 2 teams like this. And I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, CD, these 2 teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in, because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Phillips now from the end zone.
And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They go play action with Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7.
Ties the game at 7. Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their 36-yard line.
And here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. We'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Herbert.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Finding room at midfield. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Chargers first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The Chargers at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis.
And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. That streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have moved out in front. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
On first down, Wilson.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
With the score, Chargers 14, Broncos 7.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Great effort by Derwin James on the stop.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. goes Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Throwing the out route, and he's got Eckler. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
That was terrible. Oh, seriously, just disgraceful.
On 4th down, Herbert. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move send the tight end in motion here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quality coverage that time. The slowdown has been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back in the back 7, phenomenal.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Conventional wisdom tells runners to work north and south and get upfield, but he was hoping he could win the race to the pylon. Excellent job of pursuit there by the defense, and they wound up knocking him backwards.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They're going to run. This is Gordon, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Brendan McManus, the kickoff for Denver.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
25 yards on the play. And the Chargers first down. First and 10.
On first down, it's Herbert. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first and 10, Herbert.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend on, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Phillips now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
On first and 10, it's Wilson.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him to just shy of the midfield stripe.
So this has been a close game throughout, but that return can help them gain the separation that they've been seeking throughout the game.
The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. There's been success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys will lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Extra point good by Hopkins. His guys will take a 10-point lead. Following a touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Phillips now from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Dancing to his left.
They'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 of the 6. 36 yards on the play. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Up the middle with Eckler. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Once more, here's Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his third touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year.
And the Chargers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Phillips now from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson under pressure. They got him again. They overload him on top of the safety blitz, and he winds up being in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Wilson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Baron Browning, the one who brought him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give running left is Eckler. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
Eckler, they run left side. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Donald Parrott, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played.
He's got him in, complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Wilson going to throw for it. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's come to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now on 2nd and 13.
Herbert, left side to Lamb.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
On game 11, it's now 3rd and 2.
incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal. And you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Flushed out right. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety.
Well, it's pretty evident that's not the way you want to try to establish momentum ahead of a possible fourth-quarter comeback because you needed points there, at least something to build on for your next series. That was neither. Instead, it's a huge play for a defense that now has no doubt it can finish this game off.
The Charger drive about to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Caught by Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. In motion right comes Allen. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Herbert throwing again. And it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Donald Parham with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Hopkins with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Now Wilson on first down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And got his man complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A gain of 42 yards. First down, Broncos.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. But we're at the 41, second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, a very great spot here.
Hey, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. It's been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the road.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. They'll roll him out right. He's got Allen. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Herbert now. This is caught. Touchdown. Mike Williams. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. The bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
at their own 25-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. There's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. That's going to be caught by Judy. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Taken from about the 12. And he returns this to the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. It's Eckler again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. That one goes for 24 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football, has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
In a spot where most offenses would just be trying to get to the finish line and close this game out, they're still looking for points here in the final minute of this game. I think bonuses could be gained and attained, but maybe more points.
Eckler now between the tackles, and he is going to lose yardage here.